Hello everyone! Welcome to episode 43 of my Let's Build series. Thank you all so much for coming to this video. We have a lot of stuff to do today, and I've been working off camera like crazy. So in the last episode, we did some odd jobs. We went ahead and finished the last part of our roof that needed to be done, and I went around and completed a few details. I've continued to do that off camera throughout this week. As you know, I finished writing my final exam, so I've had a little bit of time off. I added some spikes to these roofs here. I mirrored this side, so these details are complete now. Let's see, I set up my beacon so I could do some digging in this area. I did a couple other details around in areas around the roof, like this area up here is a little bit more complete now. Just some general nice work around our palace, and it's been really lovely to get time to just come in and play in my survival world. I've been loving it. I feel like I haven't had time to truly just be a player in here for a while. I've been doing so much just get on, record what I can, and get off again. I really enjoyed this week. So in today's episode, we're actually going to work in this canal. This is an area of our palace that has been kind of incomplete for a very long time, and I'm ready to complete it for sure, because it's really the upstairs of our palace kind of depends on this being done, as does our kitchen and entrance area right here. And I wasn't 100% sure if I was actually going to build a canal here and have boats coming in, but I decided after all that it would be a nice idea to have here. Let's just get these skellies out of the way real fast. Goodness, I really need to light this area up. So we do actually have haste 2 going in our beacon. That's our full-size beacon. If you're wondering how that magically just appeared out of nowhere, we fought the wither a long time ago, but I actually set up the beacon over in the mesa because I was farming for this terracotta. Now that we have most of our terracotta, I figured, why not just bring it over here? It would really save me a lot of time. So that's what I did, and I think I've made this channel deep enough at this point. I think in terms of terraforming this area, the next thing I'd like to do is kind of fan it out in this direction. So I need to get rid of a lot of this surface sand and dirt and such, and kind of start curving it out, because I want it to be really a tight channel through here, but then it kind of opens up into the coral reef a little bit more as you come in this direction. Oh, whoops. I kind of have to leave that there for now though, just so our water doesn't flow in quite before we're ready for it. Alright, so hopefully you can see what I mean right here. It's just kind of curving this way, and I'm going to cover this stone in sand and have it be nice and beachy, and I'm also going to add in some cobble parts, and we'll probably do some little bits of coral, some bushes on the side, stuff like that, just to make it a nice terraformed area. We haven't done a whole ton of terraforming on this island, so that might be a neat idea. Let's get that out of the way and just keep fanning this out. Probably going to go to about here. So let's chop all this back. I can always fix it up a little bit later. Alright, I think curving that even just that little bit made a really big difference to this shape. So I'm going to go ahead now and flood this with water, and we'll do the underwater details after. I'm not 100% sure if our conduit's going to reach, but if it doesn't, I have some underwater breathing potions with our name on them. Start by getting this initial segment out of the way. Oh, the haste 2 is so nice. I've been really enjoying insta-breaking stone over here as well. I can't believe I didn't have that set up before. Just a case of me being way too lazy for my own good, because I really could have saved myself so much time so much earlier. Another thing I wanted to talk about while I'm doing this is the 1.14 update. A lot of you have continued to ask if I am going to be updating the series. Of course I am. I've just been waiting on the full release to come, which I am currently recording this on a Monday, and the full release is supposed to come out tomorrow, which I'm super excited for. I really want to get on a server with my dad and explore with him. It's going to be a whole lot of fun, and of course I'm going to update this world. I did, however, still need to record today. The 1.14 update, although I'm super excited for it, it's not going to be super important for this section of our palace anyways, and I'd rather do some building than explore features in the game that I've already explored. Definitely, if you would like to see me playing with a lot more features in 1.14, you should totally check out the SMP that I am a part of. I've been having a lot of fun exploring the features over on Artisan. Even though it's in live stream, it's been fun. And there goes my pick. now we're back to efficiency 4. Not quite as instant. I think the main things that I'm looking forward to for this palace specifically in 1.14 is to have some scaffolding. I would also really love to have the granite stairs and slabs, as well as the prismarine walls. Those are the things that I think are going to make the biggest difference to this series. The other things like campfires, I really love. I love the wandering traders, the pillagers. It's so fun, but we're not currently building in a village. And I was actually waiting to do our sandcastle village for this update to come out, so I'm glad it's finally come so that we can do that. But as for a lot of the little things, like all of the stone slabs and stairs, we're not really using those blocks in this palace anyways. So as far as building goes, not a ton is going to change for us over here. However, it is still a very exciting update, and I'm really hoping that you are all as excited for it as I am. This is a really cool view of the ocean, actually. Like, you can see the fish and the corals so clearly from here. It's like a glassless aquarium. This is so pretty. Oh, and there goes the coral. Hello, fishies. All right, there's one side all dug out for our channel. I think this is going to be deep enough. I'm not looking to have any ships, like big, massive ships, come into this palace. Although I think that would be lovely, it's not super ideal for ships to be here. Let me just show you why. Well, there's a coral reef here, and there's a coral reef here, and there's a coral reef here. So there's not a lot of room for ships to kind of navigate into this small corridor and get around the coral without ending up looking like that. So to avoid any accidental shipwrecking, I think we're going to invite only smaller boats to this area. Small to medium size, probably, just to keep everyone safe. So that's why I'm not doing it super deep, because I'm not expecting any ships to be able to make it past the coral. But if they do, maybe we can make a dock for them somewhere else. Hello, spider. Please get out of my canal. Thank you. Alright. Now I just have to knock down this side. Okay, now that I have completed all of the digging, or, well, most of it anyways, all I have to do is come in here and place all of these source blocks. This is going to be hard. So I think how I'm going to do this, I'm kind of going along the bottom right now, but realistically I should go along the top and then use kelp. I think that's what I'm going to do. Alright. Wish me luck. Let's see if this works the way I think it will. Yes, it does! Okay, so I should just be able to grow a whole bunch of these, and this will create this area that I dug out as source blocks. It's working! Okay, I'm gonna get to work on this. I'll let you know when I have this hard, boring part out of the way. Alright, so our little canal right here is completely filled in. This took a little longer than I thought it would. The kelp was a little bit glitchy in spots, but I got the job done and it didn't take half as long as it would have without kelp. For those of you unaware who haven't played 1.13 yet, first of all, you're missing out. And second of all, kelp creates source blocks, which is how I was able to do this so quickly. Now that this canal is done, our palace is looking a lot more clean on this side. I of course still have a lot of off-camera work to do, like for example bringing this terracotta wall all the way down into the water here. But I've been doing a lot of off-camera work this week. I've spent probably 5 or 6 hours off-camera just kind of grinding out some of the more heavily detailed areas of the palace that kind of need my attention, like these right here that are clearly not done. Kind of cleaning things up takes a really long time because, I mean, well, this is just a really big palace. It's my own fault. So instead of doing some more grindy off-camera work right now, I kind of wanted to add something new to the palace in this area. More specifically, I want to add a boat. So this is going to go with our canal theme. I want to have a couple of boats, maybe some smaller fishing ships, some regular Minecraft boats, and then I want to have at least one of those sort of medium-sized ships. Now remember, we're not going to do any large ones, but I do think there's definitely some room to come over here. Maybe like right here is a nice deep area. And I'll just make it look like there's a ship that is driving in there. And it's not going to be a super big one, but it'll be better than nothing. Alright, so the first step to building this ship is going to be figuring out how deep I want this hull to go. I think that's for the height, maybe a little bit lower. Like right here. And the back of the ship is going to come up fairly steep, like so. And the front will come a little bit slower, so something like this maybe. Now that might be too big. Let me go look at that outline from a distance. No, I think that is a wonderfully sized, medium-sized ship. Maybe a little bit further out on the backside, and that should be good. I want to do this with a minimal amount of mistakes, so getting this outline correct early on is really going to save me a lot of time on that. So let's get that up, and let's get this end up out of the water as much as we want it to be. There, now let's look at the revised version. So I don't like the shape of this front side yet. I think we're going to deepen that a little bit right here. Hello, dolphin! Oh, what a wonderful trick! So talented, little dolphin. Oh, they're so cute. This is why I love building it around the water. It's so nice. Look at that. Okay, let's get another look at this ship with this new shape. I think it's okay. It's not like the best thing. But I'm going to get the next part in place and I'll see if I can keep adjusting it from there. This is going to take a lot of adjusting to get right, and it's worth it to take the time and go ahead and do this. So this backside is definitely going to be the largest part of this ship. So I want to really make sure I'm emphasizing that and getting a nice round curve right there. And then it's going to come forward and down. Now I do think this is not high enough yet. I think it's going to come up here. But I mean, just as an outline of the general shape, I think it could work. Let's see. And then up at the front here, I'm going to curve it in one, and then again, and again, and just hopefully get that to be the right shape. Not bad. Goodness, this is hard bobbing up and down in the water. I really need to make myself a platform. Alright, here's the shape so far. Kind of got that rounder top feel going, and I think it's deep enough into the water. I may have to adjust this down a little bit more, but I think I'm going to go ahead and fill in these blocks now. It looks kind of good to me. I'm honestly kind of inexperienced in the shipbuilding department, so it may take me a couple of tries, but let's go ahead and fill this in so we can add some details. So I think I went wrong somewhere. This doesn't look quite right to me. I think it's this area, right? Well, first of all, this block, obviously very out of place, but I think something else is also the problem, and I can't quite put my finger on what it is because I'm kind of not the greatest at shipbuilding, but I think it has something to do with this kind of slope that's happening here. This is so hard. It's such a weird, it's kind of like an organic shape, but it's a structure. So you have to make it look like it's structurally sound. It's not like building a tree. You can't just put stuff everywhere. But this is hard. Oh my goodness. Okay, what if we do a stair here? And then I think out the front here we'll change the color. So what I'm going to do is actually take some of this dark oak because we're definitely going to need some color contrast. Otherwise, this is going to look kind of horrible. So I think what I'll do is I'll take this out, and now we'll go kind of gradual, but what we'll do is we'll go with the dark. That way it looks like this sort of beam coming out the front. I've seen this on some ships, and it kind of like attaches to the sail. So I think that's what we're going to go with. Yeah, I mean, that needs to be fixed, but overall, Not the worst thing I've done, probably. Let's look. Hang on. Yeah, we can fix that shape right there. That one's really flat. But otherwise, the front looks a little better now. We might even want to go more gradual, honestly. Yeah, okay, I'm a lot happier with that, so I'm gonna try to mirror this on the other side. Welcome to my ship, everyone! Look at this. Okay, so I've done a little bit of work off camera. I took a quick lunch break and I decided I would shape up some of the edges a little bit because it's really challenging to do that while I'm chatting with all of you. So I will save you my kind of rambling while I attempt to build and just efficiently build this shape. I'm still not 100% happy with it, but I definitely think it's a lot better than it was. I need to add a rudder on the back here for sure. I don't have any blocks on me right now. And I'm actually going to bring all of you guys in so that we can work on the sails now. I'm gonna do the sails out of a combination of yellow and cyan. So I want this to be like the sunshine ship. So I'm hoping I'll be able to have it have like a banner on the sail as like a little bit of sunshine. Sometimes my ideas sound better in my head than they do in game, but regardless, I'm gonna try my best. Okay, so the first thing that we need to think about when doing a sail is the wind. We've decided the wind in this world is blowing this way, into our mermaid's hair. That's sort of our point of reference for the wind. Oh goodness, can I get on this platform please? There we go. So the wind's blowing this way. Now I know that if we're building this perfectly to real life, realistically, a sailing ship sailing into a tight port like this would not have its sails up. It would have its sails down and it would be assisted into this area. I don't care about that because I think sails look pretty, okay? That's that's what we're doing. That's where my brain's at with this. So I'm sorry if you like things to be super realistic. This one's probably not for you. But I'm apologizing in advance. I am sorry, but this is how I'm gonna do it. And I think it's gonna work out either way. We just gotta not think about it too hard, okay? So I have to make this come over here and line up. So I'm gonna sort of staircase it up kind of slowly and hope for the best. All right, there's our first string. The first thing I'm thinking about this is that it's actually not big enough. I don't think this is tall enough. I think this should go up here. So I think I should grab my materials. Where did I put them? Yes, right in here. I'm actually gonna grab these and I'm gonna make this taller. It can't be too short. That would just be really disappointing. Let me fix. Okay, so there's a slight possibility that I might have went too tall this time, but that's okay. Trial and error is how we do things around here, I suppose, sometimes. Actually, almost all the time. That's how I build. But, let me hop down and see, I suppose. Ooh, yes. That is definitely so much better. There's a mistake right there that I have to go fix. But otherwise, we're totally ready to add in the sail. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with the solid color of the sail first. It's gonna be blowing, so the wind's going this way, so it's gonna be blowing this way. So this is the least, this is the side that's not out. This is the side that, I'm not making any sense right now. Let me just build it and show you. Okay, so I'm gonna start off by putting all of this here, and then I think what I'm gonna do is probably go in from here. So probably I'll put dirt all along here, like so. Then I'll just hop up on this side, and we'll have a very dirty sail for a little while, but that's okay, because it's gonna really help us to get this shape going. Alright, now I think I'm going to have the top part kind of come down a little bit more, and then we're going to do sort of the same thing and pop it out probably one more time. I don't want it to be too curved. The wind's not going crazy here. It's like just enough, sort of. So let's do like that as well. Oh no! I keep falling off. This will be a really good time to have scaffolding, but I'm recording one day early. So unfortunate. Oh, by the way, in the last clip, there was some background noise. I apologize for that, but as you guys know, I am home in my parents' house for Easter break right now. And so even though I'm still able to record, I am in their house. So You know, it's not always perfectly silent 100% of the time, and that's okay. But if it sounds a little bit odd in the recording, just know that I'm not in my normal spot and my family's around, so they're going to be making a little bit of noise. Okay, so now that that's curved out like that, I'm basically going to do the same thing, but this time we're going to come back in a little bit. And I actually need this corner. I think I'm going to attach it like kind of right here. Oh, no, not right there, like right here. I'm going to have it kind of hook in like that to this side, and then hopefully we'll be able to get a nice curve going in this. We won't be able to get it right away. It could take a couple tries, but I'm hoping to get sort of a curve. Let's pop that out like that, and then we'll curve this like that. I don't think that's going to be the curve that we want. Let's go look. It's the only way to know for sure. Hey, that's not bad for a first attempt, actually. It's really staircasey, but I think I'm gonna have to kind of be okay with that because it's just sort of the shape of the ship. The other one that we did was just too sloped. It wasn't tall enough. So I'm okay with that, and it does break it up at these ends a little bit anyways. I think I can probably break it up a little bit more right here. But yeah, that's really nice. So let's get the pattern in this now that I want to do. Okay, so this is going to be like our little sunshine ship. So all I'm going to do is use some of this yellow wool to sort of accent an area right here to make it look like the sun is shining on this ship. This is inspiration from the channel Gone with the Winds. It's not a Minecraft channel at all, if that's what you're thinking. It's kind of like my little getaway channel that I watch. I love it so much. It's a vlog style channel, but their vlogs are like no other vlogs I've ever seen before. It is a couple that lives on a sailboat with their 2 cats, and they're just sort of sailing around the world, and their videos are so relaxing, and it's such a good escape from the world. I kind of imagine that this is sort of like their little sailboat. It's just a little taste of sunshine and happiness sailing around the world. So that's where I'm getting my inspiration from that, if you're curious. There's our sun pixel art, sort of. Did I miss any? Oh, I missed one right here. Okay, let me get up there. This is a mess. I have dirt everywhere. There. Okay, now I have them all. Let me destroy this dirt so that I can get a good view of that. I think that's going to break up some of the blue. A nice pop of color. A nice little bit of art in amongst everything. Never hurts anything. Hello, dolphin. Oh, you playing with my wool? Oh, it's so fun. Okay, you can have it. You can play with it. Have fun. Hey, that's not too bad. It is a little bit on the low side, but it fits. I think I might texture this a little bit more, maybe with some cyan concrete or concrete powder and stuff like that. But for now, that's fine. Let's actually get in this back part now. I think I'm gonna have to make these longer. First of all, yeah, they totally need to be longer. And I'm also totally gonna need, definitely need some slabs, but I'm definitely also going to need, let me use these. I'm gonna need more fences really badly. Okay, so this sail is basically that same thing, except it's kind of curving out this way and it's a little bit more flat, and it's gonna be like a crescent moon shape right here. Hopefully I'll be able to pull that off. I'm not 100% sure, obviously, but I'm going to give it my bestest shot. Let's build this up. Let's maybe build up the crescent first. This is probably an awful idea, but why not? Let me get up here, because I need to extend this. Oh, shoot. I've already fallen all the way back down. Alright, so I'm going to get kind of my first attachments up here. Drag this down. I want it to be a nice curvy organic shape. Ah, goodness, as someone who loves doing organics, I don't know why I struggle with ships so much. I guess they're really hard. Like, they are genuinely quite hard to reproduce. Okay, let's have that come down, maybe. So this is kind of at a slight diagonal. Maybe that's too much. Maybe we go this way. I'm not sure. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna commit to that, and then I'm gonna hop down and get a look at that shape. Let's see, let's see. Yeah, that's not a bad starting shape for sure. I don't hate it. I think maybe, though, we should have put the sun right there. Now that I'm looking at this already, I'm like, that was the wrong place for that. Whoops. Oh well, these are things that can be fixed, thankfully. We're not building in bedrock. We can break these blocks. Are you ready for the grand reveal, everyone? There it is! Oh, it's actually not too bad. You know what? For my first survival ship, I'm gonna take that as a win. It's not great, and I've got to fix up that pixel art on it. I think it could use some details on the back here where this glazed terracotta is, because I actually ran out of glazed terracotta. Otherwise, I would have shaped that a little bit better. And we need some fencing right up the sides there. But, I mean, overall, that's a pretty good ship. I'm really proud of myself. That's really cool. Okay, so this looks like a great spot under this beautiful grand oak tree to read our comment or question of the day. What do you think? Okay, today's comment or question of the day comes from Bowtie Daniels, who says, another alternative to using brown carpet to hide lights are spruce trapdoors. If you put the light a block lower, the trapdoor will be flush with the floor, and it looks nicer than carpet, in my opinion. Thank you so much, Bowtie Daniels. I agree. I totally forgot that trapdoors even exist. Well, that's a lie. I didn't forget they exist because I literally used them to hide light in the ceiling. But I didn't even think about putting them on the floor. Let me show you all what Bowtie Daniels is talking about. Let's just fly through here in our lovely grand entrance. I've actually done this a little bit. So the trouble with lighting in here is that, yes, we can put this massive carpet and decorate it, and that's cool, but we have a whole palace full of massive rooms that are gonna be empty in the center sometimes. We can't just put furniture everywhere just for lighting, right? I can't put these everywhere. I can't put these everywhere. Like, we're gonna have spots like right along here. I am going to put some benches and stuff here, but I mean, there's just spots where you don't want this. Now, I think this carpet works well in a corner like this, but as we're walking along the middle of the floor here, this is a really safe way to get in lighting, and it's perfectly flush with the floor. Now, it doesn't provide quite as much lighting as with the carpet because it is a block lower, but I'm not going to complain about that. I think that's perfect. So thank you so much for that lighting solution, and to everyone else who has been helping me out. We've still got some torch spam. I haven't completely solved it yet, and honestly, we're not gonna solve the torch spam until we have all of the furniture in place. There's just no way. But this was a fantastic suggestion. Thank you so much. Alright everyone, with all of that said, I think it is time for this episode to come to an end. Goodness, I think I'm always eating in these outros. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. We finished up our canal with the water. We still have to do the details and the docks over there, and the entrance to the palace. And we did our first ever survival ship. It's a little rougher in the edges, but I'm sure I will get lots of advice on it in the next few days and be able to make some improvements. Thank you so much for watching this video, everyone. I hope I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye!